Look, I'm not looking for your deep, dark diary secrets. Don't get freaked out. I don't care who you have a crush on. Can't believe I'm actually asking you this, but I wonder if you could give me a peek behind the magical veil?
Magical veil?
Yeah, I don't want to know card tricks or anything like that. I just want to know more about the secrets of magic. I'm talking about the spooky stuff.
Are you sure you are ready to lead your studies in this direction?
Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, yes, I've based my entire career on things that follow the basic rules of physics, and magic seems to break every single one of those rules. But that's just a formality. With you as my guide, I'm happy to throw out the rule book and get into the really weird stuff.
I warn you, there will be things with the potential to drive you insane.
Well, some people think I'm too sane. Maybe it's time to put a little mad into the scientist.
Just let me know when and where, and we will begin.
It's good that we have the kind of relationship where I can come to you about this stuff and there's no judgment.
You could not talk to Strange about this?
He knows his stuff, but if I came to him to teach me, I'd never hear the end of it. The man loves the sound of his own voice, especially when he's reciting incantations. If you don't mind, can we keep these lessons between you and me?
Do not worry. I will keep my secret to my grave. And beyond.
That's the kind of commitment I like to hear. I knew there was a reason I liked you.
Very well. I think I have the perfect reading for your first assignment. There is a book up on that shelf. Occulta Pericula Amet.
Oh, my Latin is a little rusty, but does that say dangerous magic secrets?
Ancient wizards did not like to get clever with their book titles. Anyway, take notes, and we will talk later.
Back again. Nice and...
Let's see if you're as good as they say.
All right, then.
Evil doesn't take time off. Neither should we.
Do your thing.
So, how's the whole saving the world thing going? Big. Sometimes, I even impress myself. I could automate this process and take myself out of the loop here. This is some of my best work. If this thing behind me turns into a giant gateway to ancient Egypt, I'm quitting. See ya, Hunter.
Lots of talk about Transia.
Is your source from the hill, or intercepted comms, or other?
A bit of all three.
In the Air Force, we call them betting odds.
In the Army, we call that hard intel. Semantics aside, Hydra's never been this active. Hearing about sleeper agents pulling out from all the major three-letter agencies.
Can't believe I find myself wishing Red Skull were still in charge.
Hydra hasn't been this active since my Howling Commando days. There's something going on that we're not seeing.
Practice makes perfect.
New and improved.
Peace.
I like to come here, away from all the noise.
It is heartwarming that I am not noise to you.
Obviously, you're better than that. Maybe even, my equal.
What was that?
Don't make me say it again.
My hearing is not as good as it used to be. Better be on the safe side and repeat it.
Your hearing is fine.
Something with the air pressure. Strange is still looking into it.
I said you're an equal, okay? Happy now? You're the first I've met that would probably impress even the likes of Mephisto.
That does not sound appealing.
Better to impress the Prince of Lies than to provoke his contempt. What he respects, he also fears. I will never apologize for being comfortable with my darkness, and neither should you.
What do I care what others think? And you should not either. Be proud of who you are.
It's easier to ignore the chorus of stuck-up moralists when you have a friend who doesn't judge you. A friend like you.
I am honored I can be that friend to you, Ileana.
It was an unexpected gift, but one I am happy to receive. When this battle is over, You should come back with me. Join the X-Men.
Is that your plan? Rejoining the X-Men?
Maybe. Piotr would love it if I came back.
What about Nico, Robbie, and Blade, the Midnight Suns? You would really leave them?
Once you are a son, you never really leave, no matter where you go. In any case, I hope we can continue fighting side by side in the future. If there is a future, that is.
Ileana, you and the Suns are the future. At least, you have given me hope for it.
Don't get too sentimental on me, Hunter. I was just beginning to like you.
Our time to stop Chthon is running short. At this point, I'm willing to try just about anything. So if you have any bright ideas...
Surely the situation is not as dire as it seems. There must be more to learn, more secrets to unlock, some weakness we could discover about Chthon.
That's what I'm doing. If there's even a hint of a notion of a way to stop Chthon, I will ferret it out. If the circumstances weren't so dire, I might even find this fun.
Keep at it. Do not give up. We have to find something in one of those books.
These books tell me Chthon has been a threat before civilization began, when all that walked the earth were the elder gods.
But what else? Surely there is some bit of knowledge we can use. What other things did you learn?
I could keep you up all night blathering on about this, so tell me specifically what you are curious about.
Who were these elder gods? Tell me about them.
Siblings brought into existence on this planet by the Demiurge, the source of all life. These beings were named Set, Gaia, Ashtur, and Chthon. They ruled the planet for many millennia, each of them pursuing their own interests, increasingly battling each other for supremacy until finally it became too much. New gods emerged to topple the old gods and remove their influence from our world.
Nothing lasts forever, even for gods. Was Chthon always this monstrous evil from the very beginning?
There was always something wrong with him, but his insatiable pursuit of chaos magic eventually corrupted him in ways he could never reverse. While Chthon's sibling Gaia sought to nurture life on his planet, Chthon sought to absorb it into himself, to remake all life in his own twisted image. It was because of that evil drive that Chthon was banished to another realm.
And there he waits, ready to return when the opportunity presents itself. Like now.
Like now.
If Chthon returns, what exactly will happen to this world?
The world and all life as you know it will cease to exist, but it will not vanish. It will be recast in Chthon's image. We will exist only as extensions of Chthon, and the world will only serve to keep him alive.
What a hellish existence. What about the Darkhold? Could it not provide us with secrets of Chthon?
The Darkhold is dangerous in its own way. With Cthon locked away in another dimension, this is how he has sought to influence events in our world. It is Cthon's own words laid down in print. We cannot trust it as a reliable aid in our battle. It would be like trying to defeat Ultron using his own memoir. Nothing good will come of it.
And the writing is probably awful anyway. The prophecy mentions the sleeping giant awakening. If that is Hulk, how important is he to Cthon's goals?
I'm not sure, other than his presence complicates our ability to stop Hydra and Lilith's efforts.
Something will have to be done about him, or Stark may lose his mind. I do not want to hinder you anymore. Keep reading. Surely there is something we can use.
I hope you're right. And I'll keep digging. One more book. Maybe...
Hey guys, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but we need to start stepping up.
I don't understand. I thought the Avengers were supposed to be like the greatest superhero crew on Earth. I thought they would do better than this.
You should know this by now, Robbie. Meeting your heroes is always disappointing.
They were never my heroes.
Hey, don't be so hard on them. They're doing their best.
I know what it's like to feel guilty about the death of a loved one, too. My Uncle Ben. It's my fault he died.
Did you kill him?
Well, no, but I could have stopped the guy who did it. Hey, those are beautiful. Some kind of daisy?
Something as rare as she was.
I'm sure she forgives you.
Thanks, Peter. But I kinda want to be alone right now.
Yeah, okay, sorry, just trying to help.
I know, but this is not something you can help with.
Maybe someone else can.
Do you think what Peter said is true? That Agatha forgives me for what I did?
I know she forgives you.
Yeah, right. You can't know that.
Well, I do.
No, you don't. No one does. She's dead and it's all my fault. It's always my fault. If I had learned to control my powers better, she would be here today.
Agatha understood the dangers of taking someone as powerful as you under her wing. She did it anyway, because she had faith in you, and who you are to become.
And look what her faith cost her. An early grave.
Maybe she saw something in you, something that was worth the sacrifice.
That's nice of you to say, but say it to Caretaker. I still haven't been able to look her in the eye since I've been back. She hates me.
You cannot hide from her forever. You need to figure out how to summon the courage to face her, so the both of you can move on.
Yeah, you're right. I owe her that.
You owe it to yourself, and Agatha. Agatha would want the two of you to be reconciled.
I know. I just don't know if I can make that happen.
Try. For Agatha.
Yeah, for Agatha. I, kinda need a few more minutes alone with her. Go on without me.
I will take my leave then.
Thanks, Hunter.
You don't get an A for...
Guess you overheard our conversation.
Some of it.
Let's face it, this doomsday scenario might be a little too on the gothy supernatural side for the Avengers. So, it's time for them to move over and let the kids take the reins.
What does Peter say? Ah, yes. With great power comes great responsibility.
And we are ready for that responsibility, trust me.
So, do you have a plan?
You mean a plan to stop Chthon from serving us all up in his all-you-can-eat cosmic flesh buffet? We don't have all the deets nailed down as of yet, but we'll work it out. Till then, keep this under wraps until we know what we're doing. I don't want to freak out the Avengers any more than they already are.
Will do.
Cool. Catch up later.
Isn't it literally called the prophecy of the Midnight Sun?
Can Robbie eat ice cream despite the flaming head thing?
I do not want...
Hey, you.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody. I know we're all stretched thin at the moment.
We're all here for you, Robbie. We know this is important to you.
But we should move things along. I know what you're all thinking. You thought Blaze was a major league asshole.
Whoa, I thought Professor Xavier was the mind reader, Logan.
Quiet, you. Anyway, Blaze. Yeah, he wasn't nice. But it's not a nice world. And sometimes you gotta be that way to get things done. And he really got a lot of things done. So, you kids remember that. You won't always be so fresh-faced and innocent.
Thanks, Logan. You said it better than I ever could. To be honest, I really struggled with what I was gonna say. Because I used to worship the flaming ground Blaze rode on. And then I met him. And safe to say, I didn't worship him so much anymore. Fairly certain I hated him. Right until he went and sacrificed his life to save mine. Johnny might not have been perfect, but at the end of the day, he was one of us. And I'm glad to have known him. To Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny
Johnny
Blaze.
Blaze.
Johnny Blaze. Is that it? Can we go now?
How's it going?
Pull up a stool, Hunter. Never too early to get caffeinated. Stark convinced me to put a shot of his new Stark Drive energy drink in my coffee.
Stark Drive.
Sure, it tastes like sweaty gym sock dipped in coffee, but at least it wakes you up. And if we're headed to Transia, I'm gonna need it. This thing could last 24 hours or 24 days. Hard to tell.
Transia is a treacherous place, filled with all sorts of forgotten locations. We could be battling Lilith's forces there for a long time.
That's what I'm afraid of. A place like Transia is as dangerous as they come.
It makes sense that Lilith would go back there. Back to her homeland, that is. Back to the source of her powers.
She's gonna be in for a real nasty shock if she's looking for home. It's not like the old days with the Knights of Wundagore riding around the place. Red Skull and Hydra did a pretty good job of screwing Transia up in every way possible.
The people of Transia are good at heart. There is natural beauty there. We can still save the country from the destruction brought upon it.
We go smash Hydra, and while we're there, we'll plant some trees? Sounds like a plan.
It looks like the others are gathering now in the war room.
Yep, I'll head that way myself. Just need a few more sips of sweaty gym sock. I gotta talk to Stark about getting some new flavors.
We'll get started right away.
Ooh, new coil. Let's get to work. Sometimes, I even impress myself. I'm here if you need me.
Focus. No pain, no gain.
Just give me a target.
Not everyone wants my advice, but they're gonna get it either way. I'm ready when you are. Later. All right then. More chit-chat. I'm gonna wait here.
What are we waiting for?
Hey, you know what sucks?
What?
Having your weapon manifest out of your chest. It feels weird.
Your powers are impressive, if not strange.
Aw, a compliment. My staff and I thank you.
Is it painful?
From a scale of 1 to 10, it's baby alien popping out of my chest levels of painful. But what doesn't kill you?
Makes you stronger.
Oh, look at you, getting all up to date with 20th century cliches. I'm so proud.
Thank you for letting me in on your pain.
Well, when you put it that way, you make it sound so emo.
Is there anything you can tell us about Transia that might give us an edge? Transia is a con.
Hey, can I ask a favor? Thanks, Hunter.
So, I read in your war journals, issue 47 to be specific, that you've been to Transia.
Is that a question?
More like a prompt. You know, to see if the journals were true, or if there was something you left out intentionally.
Ah, for intel.
Yes, definitely for intel. If so, war journal number 47 is my...
Thanks, Hunter.
Last thing we need is to dive straight into the Hydra nest without a plan.
Are you heading to the meeting?
Yeah, I'll be there shortly.
Will I see you at the meeting?
Maybe. Depends how bored I am.
Did you read today's book?
Of course, but you'll get nothing out of me until the meeting.
Yes, hello.
¿Qué pasa, Hunter?
of all the changes you had to deal with, at least the music is better.
Agreed. There's so much to discover.
Which reminds me, Tony Stark may try to convince you that techno-industrial is the one true genre of music. Best to smile, nod, and let him think you agree.
What if I do not?
He'll try to prove it with the album he's been poking at for the past 20 years.
Is it bad?
Sounds like a locomotive mating with a ball-bearing factory.
Noted.
I've wanted this so much, I nearly used the Staff of One to get it.
Heading to book club. Are you?
Meet you there.
Let's head over.
My plan backfired. Thought choosing a weird book would drive people away.
Why would you do that?
More punch for the rest of us.
Why have I not heard of Crash Morgan? I know it's an older book, but this is exactly the kind of story I like.
I thought Logan might bail. But I told him we bring more snacks this time. I have him figured out. Can we start?
I am ready.
All right, Logan, I need to know. Why did you choose this book?
I'll tell you, just not yet. I want to hear what you thought of this book.
It was written in the 1940s, so I expected some repugnant attitudes and phrases. But it surprised me. The writing was simple, yet the story was deeper than it had any right to be.
What was your favorite part?
It's in the chapter where Crash and the princess escape the Zorgots. The next morning, they see the sun rise and Mars rising beside it. When the princess asks what the future holds and Crash just stares at Mars as it eclipses the sun, it gave me chills.
Is it just me, or do the stellar bodies represent their time together?
Absolutely. The time they have together is fleeting. I think this is where Crash first realizes there's no future for the two of them. Anyway, I think the moment gets lost when the Zorgots deploy their Null Stalkers.
I don't get why the robot dog didn't warn them. I thought it could talk.
Not until number 19, the minefields of the reticulates. It's a whole thing.
Got it. So, what's the idea with Crash's promise?
What about it?
When Crash apprehends Glaxogorp, they have a tense conversation in the back of the flypod. Crash says there's a way the Zorgots can leave the moon with everything they want, but the princess must take the throne. Then Crash vows that no queen of royal blood shall ever rule Deimos. Glaxogorp agrees, but why? Crash breaks the vow in the next chapter.
That makes no sense. Why say Queen of Royal Blood?
You're right. I can't believe I missed that. And how does that tie into the Hydro gunfight at the top of the space scraper?
Really? You don't see it?
I do.
They're shapeshifters.
Who?
Crash and Glaxogorp.
No.
Yep.
But then, when do they...
The Hydro gunfight. Crash gets hit in the helmet and goes down. And what happens whenever Crash is unconscious?
The helmet changes color, turns bronze like the suit.
Right. Then Glaxogorp pulls up on the rocket sled and takes Crash and the princess into custody. That's when they make the switch. Crash and Glaxogorp change form, but where do they stash the princess?
That rocket sled had a bunch of places to hide a princess.
Ah, but the next time you see the sled, Glaxogorp passes it off to another Zorgot and orders it to be sterilized. Their plan required her to be in Crash's suit. The opaque helmet keeps her safe. So we get to the Deimos Council meeting. The princess refuses the throne and declares her love for Crash, who is the princess in Crash's suit. When they embrace, the false princess deactivates the Magna Manacles binding Crash. But Crash nabs the Star Scepter from the fake princess, activates the suit's zoom vest, and smashes through the monoculus.
So, if that's the actual princess, she escapes. But who is the false princess?
That's a shape-shifted Glaxogorp. Without the Star Scepter, Deimos can't crown their queen.
Right. She never wanted it, and the Zorgots definitely don't want it. Glaxogorp, posing as the princess, can steer Deimos away from war.
And when the fake Glaxogorp vows the Star Scepter shall be restored to the princess, that's actually Crash.
So Crash made 2 vows and broke neither of them. The cliffhanger with Glaxogorp chasing Crash's ship is actually Crash returning to the princess so they can escape Deimos.
You got it. They reveal the switcheroo at the beginning of number 6, Attack of the Intergalactic Space Weasels.
Clever. I like it more now. And that's where we'll call it for tonight.
So, Logan, why did you pick this book? I almost wish this book was a comic instead. I would have liked to see the monoculus.
My book was the best of them.
You have only been to 2 meetings.
Yeah, but you know I'm right.
You have not set anything on fire today, have you? You did not mention a book for next time.
Yeah, with everything going on, I'm gonna put book club on a hiatus until things are less apocalyptic.
I enjoyed some of it, despite the drawbacks.
Oh, like what?
The punch. That wretched bowl of candied bile stains everything it touches. Fruit chunks bobbing like bloated carcasses. Blade, it haunts my dreams.
Don't let Sarah hear you say that. It's her recipe.
I know. Truly, its only unnatural aspect is the color. If not for the fruit, it would be misconstrued as the paint from a fire engine.
Fancy words. Sounds like you joined a book club. Well, I'm glad you joined me for all of this. Maybe next time the world is ending, I'll start a sparring club.
A sparring club? Is that just training with a fancy name?
You saw right through me. On your way out?
Yeah, I am done.
Good meeting. Later.
Careful there. Hey, can I ask a favor? Ah, thanks, Hunter. Hi. Awesome! Thanks, Hunter! I liked those colors before they were cool. Oh, I found one of my favorite records and I thought you might like it. Or at least be polite enough to fake it. Anyway, we'll get some more quality one-on-one time. It's a little retro, but so are you. So, what do you think?
Lively, frustrating, angry, but liberating. Reminds me of how I feel towards caretakers sometimes. I like it.
Oh, I knew you'd get it. It's grunge. It's what happens when you mix the nonconformity of 80s Seattle and tons of punk and rock influence. You get awesome bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, making something super authentic with this messy, dirty sound. It put Seattle on the music map. I used to listen to it repeatedly during my I can't believe my mom stabbed me phase. As you can tell, she was a great mom, didn't leave me scarred at all. Ugh, like, why have a kid if you're gonna get rid of them when they interfere with your dark arts and crafts?
Parenthood is not an easy fit, and the darkness, well, it can twist people, make them turn on those they love. It is not so easy to overcome it, even for your own child. I have learned that from my mother.
I think I was there mostly to fit the image, a way to blend in with the white picket fence crowd. They should have just let me in on the joke. It would have been nicer than to think they actually cared.
What is done, but I see you are still carrying it with you. Do not be afraid to go wherever you need to in order to find peace.
Roger that, Hunter. Okay, no more of this downer talk. Time to listen and let the sounds of angst carry you away.
A successful collaboration.
So, how's the whole saving the world thing going? These should definitely give you an edge. Don't forget to write.
good addition. Now let's get to work. I still say, let's do this.
The chaos magic's power grows. A welcome enhancement.
Peace.
To think, long ago the nation of Transia was once the seat of power for the heroic knights of Wondergore.
Might as well be Camp Hydra these days.
They're pulling in reinforcements from everywhere. But reinforcing what exactly?
Mount Wondergore. There's been something wrong with that place for as long as I can remember.
Something like this.
Nothing wrong with that. Now we know where to strike. Time for a little payback on Queen Demon. No? Right. Make one slight mistake.
Handing my mother the last page of the Darkhold?
Bringing back the Hulk?
Okay, same mistake. Technically, fine. You take point then.
Roger that.
Actually, how about you let us handle things? The Sanctum, Tony's Gamma Death Star, Wanda. Think about it. Every time we listen to you all, some new catastrophe seems to happen. You're not our babysitter, Hunter.
You're our leader.
And we are the Midnight Suns. We're family.
And family's family. So this time,
We got your back.
Then what are we waiting for?
what if we aim for his heart or something?
He's not a vampire. He's a gamma-powered muscle man.
Juiced up with a heavy dose of Lilith's corruption.
In other words, we're screwed.
Look, I know Lilith is like a dark goddess with an extra angry Hulk as her number 2.
Don't forget the Parchment of Power. She's got that too, which is like super OP.
But we've got something that she doesn't.
A death wish?
No, dude. We've got friends. Each other. We're the Midnight Suns. And you know what we Suns do?
We rise.
We've got this, guys. We have to believe in ourselves if we're gonna pull this off. Blade, Robbie, you know what to do, right?
We'll see you soon, Nico.
Better not leave me hanging, because our entire continued existence depends on us.
Right. No pressure. It's just the end of the world.
Not if we can help it.
Should we do
I'll be monitoring the troops' movements from here. You have a small window to strike the facility and get out.
What if we like the place and want to move in?
Watch it. If you want to prove yourself on this mission, you don't need to start acting like Tony Stark. You're traveling to the heart of Lilith's power.
We know. We'll be extra careful. No giant alien slime bubbles, demon energy barriers, or jolly green monsters?
Then they're ours.
That room.
Lilith, too. So it was along. Wanda was right.
She usually is.
Right, one problem at a time. Midnight Suns, assemble! Or whatever.
Yes, Midnight Suns assemble or whatever.
Why not?
It looks as if Lilith has sent every last Hydra goon she could find to guard the entrance.
Between the creepy glow and the howling demonic Hulk, I think we're running out of time.
We must not let them stand in our way. Hail backed. No mercy for the servants of Lilith. As a child, I feared the servants of Lilith. Now I teach them to fear me.
A good day. And where do you think you're going?
Ready? I have no respect for mindless followers. More than enough.
We serve until the end. We'll kneel before
I am under attack.
No retreat!
Now you're pissing me off.
Behold their passage!
You know what to do.
think this was once hallowed ground, long before Lilith was entombed here.
Too bad it was Hydra that finally stuck around.
Chthon has been waiting eons for this moment. I'm not giving Hydra any more credit than I have to.
Nor should you.
Weak, even for Hydra.
Here's one for you. Isn't Dr. Faustus wanted for war crimes? Huh, you guys might be accessories.
Magic healing!
I bet your Hydra recruiter didn't mention any of this, huh? This usually works.
We may have a problem here. You're mine.
Oh, I'm not gonna forget you.
Got nothing to be.
I bet my staff is bigger than yours. Ugh, I still don't get why these guys keep fighting. It can't be the money. What else do mercenaries take in trade?
We both know what Lilith offers them, Nico. A false promise of eternity catered to every corrupted mind.
A spell carried on silent whispers.
Now is not the time to romanticize our peril.
The Mother protects us!
Maybe you do not realize the trouble you are in, friend.
This should be very Don't blame me. You started it. I'll give it a whirl.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
While you can. Leave that to me.
Punch it!
Hell yeah!
You alone among your kind can serve as the conduit of my power, precious child. Liber tenebris, reversus est nobis. Only a few moments longer. Together we will reforge the Darkhold and usher in...
It's over, lady!
Mother, no! Stop this!
Lucky shot. She won't hit me again.
But it is all for you. Everything I do is always for you, child.
Block her out! She gave up the right to call you that word when she sold her soul to that monster.
The truth shall reveal itself soon enough, sister.
Even with her attention focused on that damn book, Lilith's barrier will not be easy to bring down.
Yeah, but the cave shore is.
Midnight suns, disassemble.
Now you're talking.
It's not the most elegant solution, but bringing the roof down on them will certainly put a damper on things.
Should've hit a few of those columns with the hell ride. I'm gonna tell Robbie you said that. That'll work.
Your time has come. You are lucky to still be breathing.
Accept your fate. Maybe you should teach me that one.
Your fate is sealed.
Need to restore our strength. None will be spared. Looks like they call for help.
We will feast upon your blood.
My purpose. You must fall.
We will never stop. We will not stop.
Their persistence is irritating.
Had just about enough of this. Looks like they still want a piece.
Do not waste your strength here, child. What has been set in motion cannot be undone. Will not be undone.
You have the power to stop this, Mother!
A debt of blood is owed, and a debt of blood shall be paid. Chthon will rise.
There's no convincing her. You know what you have to do.
I will make this quick.
Your soul is an open question, Hunter.
No mercy for the servants of Lilith. You were too weak for this fight. Some for the rest of us.
For the mother. Submit.
Payback's gonna be fun.
No escape. Not that it matters, but here come their friends. They have chosen their fate.
Sarah, my sister. It's been far too long.
Don't speak as if you know me, demon. You haven't been my sister for centuries.
It saddens me to hear you say that. But there's still time for you to see things his way.
No one calling themselves the Midnight Sun will ever join your corrupted ranks. I promise you that.
Is that the best you've got? Prepare yourself. You will suffer, just as they did.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Destroy. Our reputation precedes us.
Maybe I should be flattered.
Lilith may have found the one man, or monster, capable of withstanding the dark energies of that book long enough to fully restore it.
Banner's been nothing but trouble since this whole thing started.
We both know what it is like to have a power that others desire, Blade.
Maybe, but I don't rip my clothes off and go berserk whenever I'm in a bad mood.
Vengeance is near.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
I'm up.
Chosen.
Exactly what I needed.
Defiler.
This is gonna get messy.
They continue their march towards hell.
Stark should have just nuked this place from orbit. You know he's got one somewhere.
We have enough problems with the Hulk as it is. I doubt that would calm his temper.
I say we do it anyway. Burn them all. Vengeance takes on many forms. All will be judged. Mindless followers suffer the same fate. Suffer! None are forgiven.
If you still want it, come and get it.
One more pillar should do it.
Join our fight.
Playtime's over. You kissed the mother with that mouth?
time. All serve the mother are damned. Mine. Suffer the pain of your victims. No time to repent. Now you understand pain.
I could use your aid. You had your chance to escape. Your mother abandoned you.
And this temple will be buried for another 1,000 years.
That barrier is still holding!
Liber tenebris reversus es nobi!
Get out of there, now! You've done more than anyone could ask!
Almost! Yo, demon lady! One thing before we go. This is for
Johnny Blaze!
No! The spell must not be interrupted!
Now we may leave.
Mother.
Your mother died centuries ago. Now get out of there!
Predators.
What's wrong?
Everything.
Are you seeing this?
Yes, Robbie, I have eyes.
The mysterious structure, which has
I
been
hope Aunt May
described as
isn't
some
watching
kind
this,
of
because
ancient
she's going to
temple,
flip.
has suddenly appeared in the war-torn Republic
We
of
try to stop
Franzia,
it, but
decimating a
I
remote
screwed
village
up,
at the base
Robbie.
of Mount
It's
Wonder.
okay, you can
These
say it.
images,
Doesn't matter
taken by
who
tourists,
screwed up.
have been reposted
What matters is that we're
on
screwed.
every social media outlet with the hashtag #ApocalypseWow.
We're in the end game now.
Wanda, there's something I ought to say to you.
Oh?
Yay, we did it. Ugh, the first time we're actually trusted to sit in the driver's seat, the first freaking time, and we couldn't stop her. We dropped a mountain on her head, and Lilith still managed to summon the Temple of Chthon. Way to go, team.
It is not the end of the world, Nico.
Yes, it is. Like, it's literally the end of the world. The Temple of Chthon is here, and soon giant flying squid god will come to feast on all of our souls.
Nico, I am not going to let that happen. Chosen one, remember?
How come you always manage to say the exact right thing to make me feel better?
It is one of my secret superpowers.
You mean not so secret superpower? Alright, I'm gonna stay out here a while and lick my wounds for a little bit longer. Thanks for, checking up on me.
Anytime. Those spells you cast are truly something special.
Hunter? Wow,
I see you and Caretaker are on the mend.
Seems so. I should be happy about it. But how can I be happy about anything when the Temple of Chthon is wreaking havoc on my home? I grew up in Transia, you know. In a remote village at the foot of Mount Wondergore. It's all destroyed now. Along with those poor people's lives.
Wanda, I am so sorry.
Not as sorry as they are. I can promise you that.
We will save them. That I can promise.
And I'd like to be around to help them. But first, we have to stop your mom. I'm afraid of her, you know. Of seeing her. I mean, what if it happens again? What if she turns me back into bad Wanda? What if I go dark?
Perhaps it is best you avoid a direct confrontation with her then.
You really do think I'm dangerous, don't you?
I think it is dangerous for you to go anywhere near Lilith again. And I think you know that.
If you think I'm just going to park myself on the sidelines and not use every power I possess to stop her from summoning Chthon...
But you just said you were frightened of seeing her again.
Maybe I was just looking for encouragement. Fear shouldn't stop us from doing something, you know. It's something that needs to be overcome, not something to run from. Well, I ought to get back to the news. See what new horrors are befalling my hometown.
Do not watch too much of it. The overconsumption of news media is supposed to be bad for your mental health, especially during an apocalypse.
There are worse things for your mental health, Hunter, and I'm pretty sure I've experienced them all. I'll take my chances with a little cable news. Night.
Hunter, good to see you.
Can you not?
You have gone too far, Mother.
I could say the same to you, child. Leaving me for dead and buried under that mountain. What a way to treat your mother.
What would you have me do? Allow you to destroy all of creation?
The Hulk was right. You are somewhat overdramatic. The truth shall reveal itself soon enough. The Darkhold is finally complete. The prophecy draws to its close. The Midnight Sun is coming, and with it, him. We will all have our final parts to play. Will you be ready when the curtain rises?
When the time comes, my hand will not hesitate.
I pray it does not. You have come a long way, child. Standing before me with such conviction, such belief. You look a lot like him, you know.
What? Wait, I thought we could not talk about him here.
Ugh, God, no, not him. Him. Your father.
I have never heard of you speak of him until now.
We close upon the end of a billion years prophecy. Forgive me if I'm a bit sentimental. I sometimes wonder if I could bring his soul to this place. To have him stand once more beside me. Beside us.
I implore you, do not. In his death, he has been spared the sight of the foul creature you have become. I envy him for that. What? No snappy comeback? Promises that we shall be reunited under the glorious eye of the midnight sun?
No, child. Not this time.